Hello, Mouse Planet, Alan Delinka. All sorts of fun stuff going on tonight between Facebook dropping our post. Hopefully a good number of you have joined us via Facebook tonight, but we're also streaming as we always are on YouTube and on Twitter, Periscope. This is Fun at Home, show number 25, our 25th week of Mouse Planet live streaming shows. I cannot believe it's been 25 weeks. Next week on week 26, as we've advertised in a few places, Adrienne has a special prize she wants to give away to somebody at home playing our Jibe Time game. So pay attention. We'll have some rules put out, and we're going to have the monorail book that just came out as our special prize. Now, as you can see behind me, I have a couple of green screens, but that was one of the many technical difficulties we're having. I can show things on those, but then sometimes I freeze or I go out of sync or other weird stuff happens. So I've turned the green screens off, and I can even see right now that my lips are a little bit out of sync with the screen. Hopefully they're not out of sync with you folks, but we shall see. I also was going to play a little audio I had made of today's welcome in French because it's our first international show. I have two Canadians, including a French Canadian in the green room, all set to go to play our game. We'll introduce them in a moment. But let me take the video out of here so it stops interfering with things, and hopefully that puts me in better sync. And I'm going to put up the first of several graphics that I've got to talk about Newswise, because as folks who follow us online know, there was a press briefing from the Disney Parks team talking about the safety in the parks, essentially. And as I wrote and Adrienne wrote during the conference, it really boiled down to Disney saying that they are a responsible operator, that things have been going fairly smoothly for operating during a pandemic with all their health and safety protocols. And it was really calling upon the state of California to issue some guidance so that California's parks can open, because with Hong Kong reopening right now, California is the outlier. Disneyland has Downtown Disney District open, but the two theme parks remain closed without instructions from the governor of California under what terms theme parks may start operating again. People who've been to the parks, including our returning Jibe Time champion, Shelley, who's here with us today, everybody who's been to the parks tell me they feel incredibly safe, and statistically, at least according to published news reports, there hasn't been an outbreak of COVID-19 related to the parks, although notwithstanding all that, there's warning signs everywhere, right? You enter places, they all say there's an inherent risk of COVID-19. And I'm not sure if I've talked about it here or not, but I know I've talked about it on the Gary Myers show, which I also produce and sometimes appear on. I was sick for most of the last month. I don't know if I had COVID. I did not go get tested. My doctor told me that I was already quarantining at home alone. And as long as I wasn't in contact with any people, since there's no cure for COVID, there wasn't a point in my going to get tested. Good news is, for hopefully about a week now, I've been feeling much better, and I've been doing my neighborhood walks. So let me take that graphic off the screen. And I think without further ado, I'm just going to start introducing some folks. I've got some more things to talk about, like the Disney Plus Animal Kingdom program, but we'll talk about that during one of the breaks. That's coming to Disney Plus streaming on the 25th, Friday. It's excellent. I enjoyed it. We were embargoed from saying we enjoyed it for the last 3 weeks. I got to screen them all. It's a fantastic series. We'll talk more about that during one of the breaks. So with that, let me bring back Well, let's just first run the intro, and then I'll bring in our champion, Shelley. I said, let's run the intro, and then I'll bring in Shelley. Back, Shelley. Nice. Welcome back, Shelley. Nice to have you back with us.
Yeah, you caught me like mid dance.
Our reigning, you're the only 3-time champ. You've been back to back. You had a little break, and you're back. I'm going to give you your Mike Wazowski moment here at the beginning. So congratulations on being our champ. And I'm gonna briefly bring up my green screen to show at least one of the little green screen tricks I had planned for today, because I was so happy to be able to get green screens back here. But I have a MacBook Pro. I got 16 gig of RAM. I got hard drive space free. I closed every other app, and yet it's still causing some hiccups. I'm going to put up the green screen though that has our Shelley championship moment. There it is.
So I'm going to like sticking his tongue out right at it.
Exactly. And I'm going to take it off because I saw it hiccup as soon as I put it up. We'll stay with the green screen here. But welcome back. Nice to have you back. Any new news to report before I start bringing in everybody else, including your surprise challenger that you got to see?
My surprise challenger. No, just everything seems to be humming along here in Orlando.
All right.
Just
great.
Going.
All right. Let's bring in your challenger. Your challenger hails from Canada, one of our first international challenger. She's up in Vancouver. Cassidy, welcome.
Hi.
And why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell people why we know who you are up there in Vancouver?
Sure. So I met Alan and Shelley back in 2018. I was working on the Disney Professional Intern Program, working on the public relations team. So I met them through some of our events that we held for the media. And so I would take them on media events and send them invites and deal with their question after question after question.
Cool. And how are things up in Canada, since we Americans right now are not really welcome?
Canada's good. We're taking lots of precautions. We're being really safe. Pretty much back to normal over here in Vancouver, where we've been able to work full time in the office since July. Our company's been really, really great at letting us come back and be distanced from each other, but still be able to be productive in the office. Has been awesome.
Why don't you talk a little bit about what you're doing, since you said you're back in the office?
Yeah, I work for a company called Whitewater. So I'm manufacturing I don't manufacture it, but I work for a company who manufactures water parks and water slides. And I'm working at doing their social media and their press releases and doing kind of the communications related activities.
Awesome. So Cassidy is really the only intern I remember, because she was, of the interns who've come through the department, the most outgoing. She was looking us up, right? She would tell me things that I had already forgotten that I had posted years ago. So she was that intern, and we had a lot of fun with her. So we're Facebook friends, and so I reached out and said, Cassidy, why don't you come on and you can play Shelley in our Jibe Time game?
Yeah, so super exciting.
Let me introduce our next special panelist. And let's see. Oh, Chris Berry has made it back. So good. Okay. We don't have a completely full house, as I said, but we got 9 players today. Well, including me, I'm the host. I don't play. I just write the questions. Let me bring in my first guest here, and that's Marie. Marie was one of my predecessors on the Walt Disney World update for Mouse Planet. Marie, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey,
I didn't want to mispronounce your last name, so I didn't even try.
That's okay. My name is Marie Rossiter, and I live in the Cincinnati, Ohio area. And Alan and I met a number of years ago when I was writing the Walt Disney World update. He was taking photos, and we've met a few times since then on various press events. And right now I work as a freelance writer, but primarily I'm a national content producer for simplemost.com, where I do a lot of Disney content. Surprise, surprise.
So it's great to have you on the show. Yes, you and I met basically over email and text long before we actually met in person.
That's right.
You and I would communicate that way, and you'd say, yeah, try and get a photo of this, or I'd be like, well, this is what I saw this week, and that's how we put together the update in those days. And then you left, and Adrian took over everything for a while, and then begged me to take over the update. Which I've been doing for a while now.
And you've done an amazing job. I love reading it every week.
Thank you, and you and Mark and Adrian and the rest of the gang who wrote the update over the years basically set the template, because I used to read the darn thing at my desk in Chicago for years and years and years before I moved down. So welcome to the show. Glad to have you with us.
Thank you.
I got one more special guest. No, I got two more special guests. Our first special guest is from also north of the border. He's been on via video on our show, but this will be his first time live, and fingers crossed, let's see that it works. Let's see.
Hey,
how are you doing, Eve?
Good, yourself?
Good, and you're all in sync. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Well, my name is Yves Douville. I'm in Montreal, and I'm a journalist here in Montreal, and I pretty much cover everything Disney. So that's where I met Alan a couple of years back, and we've been really good friends since.
Indeed, and we met aboard the Disney Dream during a media cruise, and you and I've gotten together a few times when you've been here, and lately, like we can't go there, you can't come here. So
exactly,
at least not if you want to go home anyway.
Well, I'm stuck up here, and if I go down, I have to be in quarantine for 2 weeks after. So it's 3-week vacation for 1 week. So.
Well, you know, I was showing you guys in the green room before. I've been considering making this an actual prize, but you know, this might most be appropriate for you up in Montreal. It's my new panda sweater.
Oh, great. I'll wear it.
All right. Well, welcome. I will bring on our next very special guest who returns to us. She was last on the show. I looked this up the other day, 10 episodes ago. I cannot believe it's been 10 weeks already. Here's Deb Wills. Welcome back,
Hi,
Deb.
everybody.
Deb, it's so good to have you back.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Alan. I'm looking forward to the fun game.
What's been going on for the last 10 weeks, Deb? And I
Oh,
can't
my
believe it's been 10
gosh.
weeks because I just keep showing up here in front of my computer.
Let's see, I've been going out to dinner every night. I've been writing blogs every day. Haven't you seen my tweets?
So you're living in Fantasyland.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. And we've got Roz watching you tonight.
Oh, uh-oh.
All right. Very good. Welcome back, Deb. Thanks so much for coming
Thank you,
back.
Alan.
Fingers crossed. I'm going to bring on, let's bring on our regulars first who have stable connections. Todd King, who's going to be our Todd this week who keeps score because Todd Pickering is not with us. Although before you say anything, you know, Todd Pickering is always with us in spirit, because since he's not here, and I haven't shown this in weeks, we've got his classic video here. Todd, welcome. All good with you?
I'll try to live up to the Todd name, yes.
So Todd King, you're in Kentucky. You'll be keeping score.
I'll try. I won't be as good as Pickering, but we'll see.
Well, Todd was just making it up, so you'll be more honest, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, of course.
All right. Let's bring in Greg Jacobs. He's in the holodeck once again. Greg, welcome back.
Greg.
Hey, how are you? Nice to see everybody.
Good. How are things out in New York?
All good. All good
All
here. Weather is getting cooler. It's been nice, and still working from home. So
It's funny you say weather's getting cooler. Our temperature today only hit 85.
Hey, I was excited. It was cool.
Actually, yeah, it was actually almost nice out.
It wasn't
Let's see.
7 a.m.
I was sound asleep.
Yeah.
Let's bring in Chris Berry and let's see if his connection is working, because we were having trouble with Chris pre-show. Fingers crossed. How about?
We were having trouble. I'm here. I can hear you.
I think we've got a stable Chris Berry. How about that?
Yeah, a stable Chris Berry.
Let's see. We got 9 this week, so
Well,
let's
let's
do
not go
this
crazy.
view.
Yeah, let's not go crazy.
So I've got, and it worked out perfect. I got Shelley in the main slot here in the middle. I've got on the top, and I got her challenger, Cassidy, next to her. And then we got our guests. So without further ado, I've already done the game intro.
All right.
I need to put the game engine on the screen. I'll explain the game to the people who might not have seen it before, and we will play Jibe Time on MousePlanet Live. Let's get it on the screen. Here we go. All right, it's Jibe Time, everyone. And the way we play Jibe Time, it's a fill-in-the-blank game with no right or wrong answers. Our 2 contestants will each pick a question from my question bank. The question bank has been replenished since our last show, so there's a lot of green questions on the board. We have 32, 4, 6, 8 41 through 48. There's some really, really fun ones in there. At least I think they're fun, but I wrote them. So, hey. In the game, we ask hypothetical questions, and I've used the previously question most times. I'm going to pick one at random. I didn't even go back and see which one's which. We ask questions that the contestants pick that have a blank in them, and they go like this. Poppy the pin collector does not like to ever trade away pins, but does like getting new ones. At the parks, Poppy often offers to trade blank for pins. And then we look for clever answers like, I don't know, hats, churros, Mickey pretzels. And as I have reminder on question 10, we stay family friendly. We try to have all of our answers be Disney appropriate, which means if you've ever seen the old Match game, the 70s and 80s version, before they couldn't use the language that they use on the modern Match game, we try to put in euphemisms sometimes, but we try to keep it all Disney friendly.
But we call them goofemisms.
That's it.
So that's how we play. Now, when we play, each of our players tries to jibe with as many of our panelists as possible and you out there in the audience. So it's important that you guys play along in the comments and include the question number with your answer, because there's a little delay between when we see things in the virtual studio and when you see things out there in Streamland. Is that what we call it now? Streamland? I don't know.
Streamland.
That works.
It works. All right.
Tomorrowland, isn't it?
So let's bring up our challenger this time, Cassidy. I'm going to have you. I'm going to have you pick from the question bank first. The questions are now on the screen. The green ones are all available to you. Go ahead and make your first selection for our first round of Jibe Time Live for show number 25.
All right, Todd, feel free to
Pick
throw
40.
me some points,
Pick
Todd.
40. Pick 40.
I'm feeling 44.
Which one, number 44?
44.
All right, here's number 44. Question 44. Mr. Fredrickson, a retired balloon salesman, famously attached balloons to his house and flew it to South America in the Pixar movie Up. But did you know that while Carl was working as a balloon salesman on Main Street, USA, he caused the park to lose blank by attaching balloons? While Carl was working as a balloon salesman on Main Street, USA, he caused the park to lose blank by attaching balloons. Ready? Everybody's going to write, and we're going to try to jibe. And everybody writes. You at home, please write. Include number 44 in your answers. We'll see what we've got in a little bit. Everybody's writing. Chris is still connected. That's a good sign.
What happened here tonight?
All right, there we go. There is the first question. Shelley, we're going to come to you. And I'm going to put... I've been trying to come up with a better name. I've been calling it the Game Engine. It's like the GameBot 30,000. I don't know what. Maybe I should have come up with a question for people to name the darn game, the Game Engine here. I only think of that now that I'm on the show. Shelley, go ahead and pick a question. Shelley, are you there? Uh-oh. Shelley's mic is not working. Shelley, I'm going to take you out of the studio for a moment and bring you back, and hopefully that fixes it. Otherwise, we'll just assign Shelley a question.
She can't
See
lose.
if she likes that. Shelley, can you hear us now? Can we hear you now? Shelley, your mic is still not working.
Oh,
Shelley, why don't you hold up a sign? Hold up a sign with your number choice on it. That way you can pick. And in the meantime, we will have you leave the studio altogether and come back, and that'll cure it. I hope. Go ahead. What's your number, Shelley? Oh, I got to put Shelley on full screen so I can see her number. Number 36 is her number. All right. Good thing we're communicating with pen and paper this week, isn't it? So number 36 is, here we go, number 36. Since the monorail is already the highway in the sky, we refer to the Disney Skyliner as the blank in the sky. Somebody's got a lot of feedback in the background. Since the monorail is already the highway in the sky, we refer to the Disney Skyliner as the blank in the sky. Everybody write and jibe.
There's the dog.
I don't know who's got the noise in the background, but we got some noise coming through. Shelley, why don't you leave the studio and come back? All right.
I'm on.
So Shelley, oops. Hey, why'd the music stop? There we go.
That's Todd King.
No, I know. I'm just searching around like we always do.
Onk.
All right, I've heard Shelley come back. I think I heard Shelley come back.
Shelley, can you hear me?
Deb Wills is falling
I'm
out. Deb,
back.
are you there?
I'm
Deb
back.
is back. Shelley is not back.
No,
Wow,
Shelley.
nothing but technical difficulties this week.
Must be a full moon.
All right, let's see. I think Shelley is back. Is Shelley back? Shelley is back. Can we hear you,
Can you hear
Shelley?
me?
Yeah.
We can hear you. All right.
Hey!
Welcome back, Shelley. That's almost like welcome back, Cotter, but probably not as entertaining.
No.
You could be.
Could be. Let's see. So while we wait for the audience to catch up with us a little bit, Shelley, did you have a chance to see the Animal Kingdom show yet? The Magic of Disney's Animal Kingdom?
I have not. I am woefully behind on my Disney Plus watching, but from what
Well, it
everybody is saying, it sounds like it's delightful.
I was going to say it hasn't been released yet, right? So we got
reviews.
we got to stream it. We got to preview it. They invited some of us to stream it, although that was an interesting challenge too. But once I was able to stream it, it was actually very entertaining.
Good.
I'm going to show a real quick 30 seconds of the trailer, and hopefully that doesn't knock us offline, because we've been knocked offline how many times already today?
So this is not the Joe Rohde show. This is a different show.
Yes.
Joe Rohde is in it, but Joe has a number of clips that appear in it. But if you're talking about those Joe Rohde shorts, that
Right.
series has already run, and that's on the Disney Parks blog. But this is going to be on Disney Plus. I'm going to cue this up here. I'm going to hit play over there, and then I'm going to hit play over here, and you guys should see it.
Trailer was good.
Old gorilla. That's the kind of thing that's going to make people want to do something for these animals in the wild.
We're wonder
He's humongous. Hey, buddy. You look so good up there.
meets the wild.
That was awesome.
People are going to have a one-of-a-kind experience that they'll never get ever again in their lifetime.
National Geographic's Magic of Disney's Animal Kingdom, narrated by me, Josh Gad, only on Disney Plus.
And one of the cool things I noticed in the credits is that Josh Gad must have been his own sound engineer too. He must have done his sound after the fact, because his credit in the credits was something like "Man Who Does It All," and it said Josh Gad. But it's part of the latest in Disney synergy, that since Disney acquired National Geographic as part of the 21st Century Fox assets that it acquired, they've been increasingly doing things between Animal Kingdom and the entire Disney Animals Sciences and Environment Division and National Geographic. So they've done National Geographic photography, which is absolutely beautiful, stunning video, and they've met with people like Dr. Mark and the keepers and the vets who handle the animals. It's a great program. I really recommend it to folks who want to see how Animal Kingdom works, and I thought it was pretty cool. You get to see things that you get to see on some of the backstage tours, like the what's it called? Up Close with Giants? No, that was Caring for Giants is the name of the elephant tour. There's a rhinoceros tour as well that I took, and the rhinoceros tour is fantastic. And here they have lots of video of what was going on with the rhinos. And Disney just announced yesterday, day before, that they currently have 3 pregnant rhinos.
Yep.
And
I saw that.
Awesome.
For those who want to know how such things happen, this show actually goes into it. Not our show, the Disney Plus show. Our show
Branch out.
But yeah, spoiler alert, they cover stuff like that in a show on animals, and it's a great show. It goes behind the scenes in places that I'd never been, and in places I've been on paid tours and on PR tours. So it's good stuff. Let's see, we have gone enough time that there's comments in the comment bin, and so I'm going to put Cassidy back on the screen, and it'll take me a moment
Go,
to actually bring. Yes, it'll take me.
All right, Cassidy.
It'll take me a moment to put the question engine back on the screen because I showed the video. Here we go. We're going to get the question engine back on the screen. There we go. And Cassidy, you asked question number 44. So we'll bring that back on the screen, and I will read it, and we will get your answer. Then we will get the audience answers and our other panelists' answers. Ready? Mr. Fredrickson, a retired balloon salesman, famously attached balloons to his house and flew it to South America in the Pixar movie Up. But did you know that while Carl was working as a balloon salesman on Main Street, USA, he caused the park to lose blank by attaching balloons? And you filled that blank in with?
A popcorn cart.
A popcorn cart. That's a good answer.
That makes good
All
sense.
right. Let's see what we've got in the audience responses here. We've got, we've got Hi Mom. I don't think that one counts. But Marie, Aaron says hi.
That's nice.
Aaron has also given us Cinderella Castle, which is a good answer. Dave Kent gave us the Dapper Dans. This one's challenging. We've got Space Mountain. That's number 36. And we got Goofy from Nanette Kent.
Oh,
cool.
So far, no matches from them, but we've got a good answer, and that was one we have that has lots of options. We take Nan's answer off the screen, and I'm going to just come to Marie next, since she's the next button I've got here. Marie, your answer. What flew away? The fast pass. That's an awesome answer.
Panic.
They did fly.
Well, I was going to say in Florida, we don't need them anymore. In California,
That's where they went.
Yeah. All right, Todd King.
Well, I was like Dave. I said the Dapper Dans.
Dapper Dans.
Sort of match. Yeah,
Chris Berry, what do you got?
I said, of course, small guests would fly away.
Small guests. Greg Jacobs.
I went with the obvious, the castle.
The castle
flies away.
Eve, what do you got? Wow. I was going to say, we're going to have to make Dave actually appear on camera. He keeps matching people. I've already got you, Cassidy, but you just happen to be the next button in my row. How about you, Deb? What do you got?
Electricity.
Electricity flew away. Wow. Kind of shocking.
Oh, that's just wrong. So many.
Shelley, what do you got?
I have churros.
Almost popcorn.
That's a tragedy.
Popcorn. All right, so Cassidy, there you go. Your first round, no matches, no jibing with our audience. Shelley, let's see if you do any better. You had question number 36, and number 36 is back on the screen. And this was also a tough one, I think. We got, since the monorail is already the highway in the sky, we refer to the Disney Skyliner as the blank in the sky, Shelley.
Bucket.
A bucket in the sky, all right.
Bucket in the sky.
All right, not bad, because we know already that you matched Emily. So already, score Shelley a point. Our champion's got a point. Let me put everybody back on the screen. We also have Traffic Jam in the Sky.
Oh, that's a good one.
Dave Kent went with the cable car in the sky. The People Mover.
I like that one.
I like
that one too.
I like Dan Kent's answer here.
That's a good one.
The Pod. There we go. The pod in the sky. I assume that Nan's next response here wasn't for this. It was something. Walking with Giants.
That's the tour. Right.
Caring for Giants is the elephant tour. I cannot remember the name of the rhinoceros. I mean, it may just be Up Close with Rhinoceros or something like that. Up Close with Rhinos? I don't know. Anyway, so Shelley's got a point. Let's go to Deb Wills next and see what Deb's got. Deb, what's the Skyliner to you?
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, another point for Shelley. Bucket. Chris, what do you got?
Charlie Bucket. I had a sweat box in the sky.
That can happen when it stops on a 90-degree day, Greg Jacobs.
I was not happy when I wrote this down, but buckets.
Buckets, all right. Another point for Shelley.
Oh, man.
Shelley.
It is a
Eve,
bucket.
what do you got?
Shelley, for you.
Another bucket for Shelley. Cassidy is dying. Cassidy, what do you got?
I'm dying. I got Freeway.
Freeway in the sky. All
I
right.
like Freeway in the sky.
The West Coast version.
King, what do you got?
I said the pie in the sky.
A pie in the
Pie
sky.
in the sky. That just
And Marie,
sounds
what do you
good.
got?
I said character buckets. I think
Character
that
buckets. Give her a point. That's a point.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Todd King, since we solo you up here, what is our current score for Shelley?
Well, currently Cassidy has 0, but Shelley has 5.
Jeez.
And since he's not here, but here in spirit, we'll give Todd Pickering a comment on this. He can say,
Oh, I was hoping to do my impression of Todd, but we'll save that for later.
we'll save that for a bit
If he's
later.
watching in Nebraska.
Shelley needs to go on the real match game.
Yeah, I'd say.
I don't want to see
Although
that.
those questions probably won't be as Disney themed, right?
Or family friendly.
It's a good point.
Certainly not family friendly in the modern sense.
Point. Our
All right,
Princess Shelley couldn't
Cassidy,
do it.
Cassidy, you are, Shelley, you're in the bottom row. Let me put you back in the top row now that I have such control.
I'm happy.
I'm putting Shelley
Top
back in the
shelf.
top row.
Basement.
Oh, what the heck just happened on my screen?
Oh no!
Wait a
Cassidy's
minute.
been
Wait a minute.
shelved.
There we go. All right, Cassidy ended up on the bottom. All right, now Cassidy's on top.
Now I'm on the bottom.
All right. All right. So Cassidy, you are trailing, and you need to make up some ground. And there's some good questions in there that you can do it with.
You can do
and
it.
if not, we're all just having fun anyway, because our grand prize is not the panda sweater. Our grand prize is just the Mike Wazowski moment.
Wow.
Bragging rights.
I missed that
Bragging
when I
rights.
was
All right.
offline.
So, Cassidy, what is your next selection?
I would like to get on the board with question 47, please.
Number 47. All right. I came up with this one while I was walking my neighborhood the other day. We'll see if it makes sense.
Uh-oh.
It should. I thought it was a really good one at the time I wrote it. Major seafood chain is in real hot water with Disney's legal department. They're now advertising a new special that looks like blank on a plate.
Oh.
A major seafood chain is in real hot water with Disney's legal department. They're now advertising a new special that looks like blank on a plate. Let us write and jibe, everyone. Hopefully it doesn't honk out on me again.
Scribble.
All right, there we go. And Shelley, your microphone's still working this time?
I hope so.
Awesome. You give me a thumbs up and I thought you weren't going to say anything. All right, let's get the question engine number 37,463 back on the screen. That name doesn't work either. We'll just have to keep rejecting them all night. Shelley, what question would you like for your round 2 question?
Let's go with 42.
Number 42.
Answer to life, universe, and
everything is 42.
Madame Leota is going to improve her fortune-telling technique by upgrading her technology. Instead of her crystal ball, she's going to start using blank. Madame Leota is going to improve her fortune-telling technique by upgrading her technology. Instead of her crystal ball, she's going to start using whatever you guys come up with while we write and jibe in the next year. Eye of a newt. Rap on the table. I can't remember all of her call-outs.
Tail of a rat.
All right, there we go. So we've got 2 questions in the round. We've got a few moments to let the audience catch up, and I want to talk about something that I sent Dave and Nanette Kint on this week, because folks, as I mentioned, I had been sick, and even before I got sick, because I hadn't been out much. I still haven't been to Disney Springs. I still haven't been to the parks, although I'd say that's now just a matter of weeks and no longer months for me. I'm feeling comfortable enough to go. But the folks at Patina Restaurant Group invited us out to sample their chicken parm and some other delights on the menu.
Ooh.
And so I sent Dave and Nan over because they're good friends of mine and they've been out and about. And let me add that to the screen and show off some of what they saw when they were over at Disney Springs this week. I need the application window. I need the pictures. And I really need a technical director who I can just say, bring up the pictures. But I don't get that. It's me.
Oh, look at Minnie with a
So, so as I was mentioning at the top of the show, you have the COVID warnings everywhere, including when you're in the parking lot. Dave and Nan captured that image for us. And the pictures aren't advancing when I click. Now they're advancing. Of course, Disney Springs is decorated for fall. And we showed off only a few of these in our update this week, but the restaurant, as you might expect, has added some, markers outside to help with social distancing. Inside, gosh, it's not advancing again. Come on, technology tonight. And we got a Madame Leota technology question, so hopefully hers works better. Inside the restaurant, there's a sanitation station. which also includes the touchless menu that you can read on a QR reader. You get all the Dine Safe directives that we've seen all over town, or I've seen pictures of all over town because I haven't actually been out. And of course, like many other restaurants, they're going cashless only. And Dave and Nan said that cashless there at least meant they still were accepting credit cards that they took from guests and went elsewhere with them. The restaurant still looks the same, but you can see from the overhead shot that a lot of tables aren't set up, and that those that were set up, they only had so many active at any time so that folks were distanced during meals. You get a sense of that as you look around the restaurant, and it's a beautiful spot. The restaurant is themed to a 1930s airport. I've eaten there both on Patina's dime and my own dime. It's a nice venue. The servers are masked and plexiglassed.
Oh wow!
For their protection.
From below.
And well, it's an interesting mask, isn't it? Right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And Dave and Nan got to have some cocktails and the bread with the oil and a charcuterie plate. If I pronounced that right.
There you go.
Everybody hungry yet? We've got a beautiful salad. And there's the chicken parm. And now why that's particularly relevant is that Disney Springs is offering 20% off certain menu items Monday through Thursday at 20 different venues. And at Marie and Enzo's, it's the chicken parm, which is front and center in this photo.
Which is very tasty.
It is very tasty. I've had it a few times myself. And in the back of the photo is the ravioli, which Dave and Nan said there was plenty of because, well, I mean, you've seen how much food they've had already. They brought home food. They got food for days, and I'm sure they'll probably make a comment or two that we'll look at. They had dessert.
Oh, nice.
They had coffee.
Oh, my goodness.
And, of course, they got their first tour of Enzo's Hideaway, which was next door. They'd never been. Enzo's Hideaway has reopened. All of the Patina Group restaurants at Disney Springs are now open. In fact, I think most of the restaurants are now reopened in some way, shape, or form at Disney Springs. I can't think of any that are not. Shelley, can you think of any that aren't?
No, that was our last whole. Well, is the Edison open? Yes.
Yes, the Edison. Well, at least I thought I'd seen a note that the Edison had reopened. So yeah, and I mean, Marie and Enzo's is open only for dinner. They're not open for. I think they open at 5. Is what Lauren, their PR person, told me. But they're open. They've got reservations, and on a Monday night when Dave and Nan went, it wasn't particularly busy, as you would expect at this time of year, and as you would expect during the pandemic, both. So let's bring the question bot back on the screen. I'll take the food pictures off the screen. No, I'm not having issues. Boy, I'm having issues clicking on the wrong stuff tonight. That's for sure. I'm bringing the game engine back on the screen. Except it's not on the screen. All right, here it comes. Here it comes. Now the game engine's coming back on the screen. There we go. All right. So, Cassidy, your question number was which one?
47.
Number 47. Number 47, a major seafood chain, is in real hot water with Disney's legal department. They're now advertising a new special that looks like what on a plate? Who on a plate? Cassidy?
Nemo.
Nemo on a plate.
Oh, what a good answer.
How did I not think of that?
I didn't think of anything.
I was going to say, you're not jiving. You're not jiving, it seems. Let's see what sort of response we got from our audience. Number 47. Oh, wait, I see Nan Kent match, Jeff. Nemo. From Nan. Aaron Rossiter gave us Sebastian, which is sort of what I was thinking when I wrote the question. Sebastian.
That's my second answer.
Mermaid. Well, you know, that's a tough one. And Ariel. Oops, Ariel disappeared. There's Ariel. So you got 1 point so far. Let's see how else we're doing with folks. Let's bring up Chris Berry. What do you got?
I said Ariel on a plate. So it's
Ariel on a plate.
It's kind of dark.
Shelley, what do you got?
I got your back, Cassidy.
There's a point.
Hey.
Cassidy's very happy now. She got another point.
I was just crossing my fingers. She didn't say Sebastian.
Mickey Seafood Mickey. That's an interesting one. Greg Jacobs, what do you got?
Yeah, I went dark too. Ariel.
All right, there you go.
Eve, what do you got? Sebastian.
That was a hit.
Marie, what do you got?
Nemo.
Cassidy. Cassidy's cheering. I keep missing your cheers because I can't see it down there in the window fast enough. Todd King, what do you got?
Oh, poisson.
Sebastian. All right. So there we go. There are the results of that round for Cassidy.
I don't hear anybody anymore.
Deb?
No, Deb.
We hear you, Deb.
We hear you,
Deb's having audio
I can't hear
issues.
anybody.
Somebody hold up a note. Hang on. Let's see what happens. How about now, Deb? Is that any better, Deb?
Bazinga.
Bazinga. I'm not sure what Bazinga refers to.
I can't hear
Probably
anything.
not. I got that.
Rebooter.
Bazinga!
Somebody please hold up a note that asks.
Did I touch something I shouldn't have touched?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I did touch something I shouldn't have touched.
All right.
Volume knob back there. Yeah. You
I'm not going to say anything else.
All good. Well, we could hear you the entire time.
Yeah.
But, we also saw your Bazinga sign.
Yeah, my prepared.
Bazinga.
So if you do have an issue, one of the solutions is to leave the studio and to come back. That sometimes cures it. Other times you can just text me and say, thanks for inviting me.
No, mine was error. I hit the mute button.
All right. I've been having plenty user error on my end tonight as well. So you're certainly welcome to commit them. Shelley, what question did you pick?
42.
Number 42.
I got to get more creative.
Madame Leota is going to improve her fortune-telling technique by upgrading her technology. Instead of her crystal ball, she's going to start using
Alexa.
Good answer, because as you might imagine, Emily has matched you. There's another
Emily.
Aaron Rossiter has said The Simpsons. Dave Kent went with the Apple approach of Siri. Nan Kent went with Wi-Fi. Boy, we're getting all the big players here. Mary Stack gave us Google. Heather Zaccarelli gave us Zoom.
Heather! I know Heather.
Zoom.
Hi, Heather.
Kathy Moss's answer is a little late on YouTube. It was Sebastian on the previous question, but Sebastian doesn't match on this one either. And Kathy Moss also gave you Alexa.
Alexa.
Yay!
Right. So let's see how our panelists have done. Deb, if your audio is working, I'm bringing you back. Deb, what was your response?
My answer was ghosts and hi to Heather.
Oh,
all right. Hi, Heather. That goes. Chris, what do you got?
This is nighttime for me.
She was going to Google it. Why not?
Going to Google it. All right.
Yeah.
Greg Jacobs.
How I spend most of my day these days, Zoom.
All right. Oops, I accidentally knocked Marie out of there. Marie, what do you got?
Zoom.
Good Zoom for Marie. Get everybody back on the screen the right way again. There's Todd King. What do you got?
I went a little low tech and said fortune cookies.
Wow. Well done.
I don't know that that's an upgrade from a crystal ball. Yeah, that's
Put it tastier.
The cat came back the very next day.
Eve, what do you got?
Just going to use the memory maker.
The memory maker.
Wow.
Cassie, what do you got?
I said she'd be broadcasting on TikTok.
That's timely.
And nobody went with the response that I was thinking of when I wrote this, which was magic bands.
Yeah.
So there you go. So much for that. Todd King, what's the score?
Well, Cassidy is now on the board with 3.
Yay!
But Shelley remains ahead with a total of 7.
Ooh.
All right. Cassidy, another opportunity to catch up. Let's bring Cassidy back on the screen. The GameBot 6700-469-837 has these questions available.
All right.
Cassidy, what do you want?
32.
Number 32, one of our old questions that's been in the GameBot for a while that nobody's asked for. Here we go, number 32. Not satisfied with merely pillaging the waters of the locals along the waters of Pirates of the Caribbean, Red the Pirate was seen breaking into the Haunted Mansion. Wow, we got 2 mansion questions in a row. Breaking into the Haunted Mansion and trying to hide blank under her skirt. Not satisfied with merely pillaging the wares of the local travels along the waters of the Pirates of the Caribbean, Red the Pirate was seen breaking into the haunted mansion and trying to hide blank under her skirt. Right and Jibe, what the heck, guys? My computer is not behaving. But we'll get it to behave while the music's playing. All right, I think it's behaving again. All right, we'll get some answers from folks in the audience. And we're going to get the GameBot 875 back in order. Right, GameBot? There we go. Shelley, what question would you like for your round 3 question? If I can show them to you. There they are.
How about 46?
Number 46. All right. Number 46 is, in Disney's Aladdin, Genie describes the magic lamp as his itty-bitty living space. Some of Disney's hotel rooms at blank can be described the same way.
Wow, baby.
Disney's Aladdin, Genie describes the magic lamp as his itty-bitty living space. Some of Disney's hotel rooms at blank can be described the same way. And remember, folks at Disney who are watching, these questions are merely hypothetical. Let's write and jive the answer, shall we? All right, there we go. So round 3 is in the books. Hopefully everybody's written something. Let's see, who has something new to share who hasn't had an opportunity to chat longer than the intro so far? Eve, you got anything new to share up in Montreal?
Well, not really. I just hope the custom opens soon so I can come down there and see you guys.
Well, I was going to say, even if you can come down, we're still supposed to remain socially distant. So we would have to see you for more than 6 feet, which I guess in Canada would be considered 2 meters away.
I'll take anything.
I get that.
And let's see. Chris Berry, you had a new article on the site on Friday. When we asked you about it last week, you said you hadn't started yet. So talk about your latest article on Mouse Planet.
Well, I wanted to talk about the things in my life that are just constant, that are Disney constant, things that are around me all the time, things that I don't even realize anymore that I just, and I included a couple of things like my Disney mugs from all the resorts. If I walked into work without a mug in my hand, I think people would be shocked.
Is that the refillable one?
The refillable ones, yes. I have way too many of those in the cabinet. So I have the Han Solo dice hanging from my rearview mirror in the car from Galaxy's Edge, where Todd King still hasn't gone.
I knew that was coming up.
And so once I know, I'm sorry. So I see them wherever I go, those dice. But the one thing that's always on my person or near me is this bracelet on my wrist, which I got in. I buy them by I buy like half a dozen every time I go down there.
I just soloed you up. Now, yeah, there it is.
So my wife and I spent a very romantic weekend down in Disney years ago, just the two of us, kind of rediscovering ourselves. And I bought one of these things at the Mombasa marketplace in Africa, and I had her tied on my wrist, and because it was very corny and romantic. And I've had one of them on my wrist from Mombasa for 11 years.
Oh wow!
And whenever I go through one and it rips, I make sure to go to my wife and say, "Okay, it's time to put the next one on." So, yeah, it's corny and sappy, and but that one that was my number one. That's
In your honor, Chris, I grabbed my refillable mug when they used the individual ones.
Oh yeah.
This is from 1996, and
yeah, I missed them too.
Good year.
I stayed at the All-Star Sports, and that's when they had the individualized mugs.
The year I was born.
Oh, wow.
Who said that?
Jeez.
I didn't hear what you said.
Minus 5 points for her.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
She hasn't been born yet? Is that what you
Plus
said?
15.
That was
Time-
the year I was born.
Time for bed.
Congratulations.
I'm
I'd
so old.
already been out of law school a few years at that point.
Wow.
I,
Thanks a
I was
lot.
gonna say, well, here, let's make us feel even better. Raise your hand if you were alive when Magic Kingdom opened in 1971.
Alive? Yeah, I was
Alive.
alive. I wasn't there.
All right. How about Epcot?
Well,
Oh.
yeah, I was still.
All right.
I was
So
alive.
there you go, Cassidy. Now we see your age.
My
Same
goodness.
thing. How about
My
Hollywood Studios?
Star Wars Galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I've got one more that you will get to raise your hand for. There's Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No.
There we go.
Yeah,
All right. So
sure,
everybody Disney's Animal Kingdom. There we go.
At least.
All right. So, Cassidy, which question number did you have? And we'll bring that back on the screen.
32.
Number 32. All right. Not satisfied with merely pillaging the water. Wares? There we go. Not satisfied with merely pillaging the wares of the locals along the waters of Pirates of the Caribbean, Red the Pirate was seen breaking into the Haunted Mansion and trying to hide blank under her skirt. Cassidy?
A hitchhiking ghost.
Yeah.
All right. And let's see what we got from the audience. We got a ghost. We've got.
Is that a point then?
Yes, that is a point. That is
That's a
definitely a point.
Okay.
We've got the hitchhiking ghost.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a jibe.
She just froze. There we go. No, she's not there anymore. We've got the grandfather clock from Dave.
Oh, good idea.
We've got a stretching room painting.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Mhm.
We've got another stretching room painting.
Be a long skirt.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
All
too.
we got, that's all we got on number 32. All right. So let's see. Turn the comments off there. Let's go to Chris Berry. What do you got?
I went with, because Todd's right. You have to fit it under the skirt. So I went with that small bride at the end of the ride.
Little Leota.
Yeah, little Leota.
little Leota.
All right, Todd King. What do you got?
I said tombstones because you want to take those home with you.
Yeah, I always do.
What do you got?
Ghost.
Ghost. Another point for.
Ghost.
You got to show the camera so we believe you.
There we go.
All right. Eve, what do you got?
What do you want?
I have the ghost.
Hey.
Yeah.
Point.
Well, skirt or not, they follow you home, right?
Yeah, you're getting some points.
Right.
Greg Jacobs, what do you got?
I think my brain was still on the last question. Leota's crystal ball.
That's certainly what I was
Leota.
thinking.
Yeah.
Yep.
You want to get
That's
rid
a
of him?
keeper.
Who else do I need to get here? I need Deb Wills. What do you got?
Ding, 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 ding. I got the ghosts.
Oh, those are the hitchhiking
Oh,
ghosts.
those
Five names.
Wow, that's sweet.
Oh.
Another point. Another point.
Deb's a pro.
Let's give Deb a point for the deep dive answer.
Okay.
Deb's now got a
Gets a
point.
point.
Kelly, what do you got?
Todd Pickering would do that.
Hitchhiking ghost.
Another
Oh,
point
it's
for
not-
Deb. Wow.
Look at that little thumb.
That was quite a round for Cassidy.
Oh yeah.
So much so, I think we'll have to give this question this response.
The answer is easy. It's elementary.
Yeah.
All right, Shelley, your question, since I've got you on the screen, was which one? 40?
Are you all talking
46.
again?
46. What's that? What'd you say, Deb?
Somebody talk.
Hello, Deb.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, Deb.
Deb, are you
Hello.
there?
Hi,
Come
Deb.
on, Deb.
Can't hear anybody again.
Hello,
Oh,
Deb.
usual
keep
trick's
talking.
not
Keep
working.
talking to Deb. Keep talking.
Dang it.
We can hear you, Deb. We can hear you. I hope you can read lips. We can hear you.
I haven't gotten read lipping down yet.
Read lipping.
That's something.
Read lipping is a good word.
Oh, I hear you now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Deb, sit up in my little
I
window
didn't
down.
do anything. I don't know how you.
We weren't
All right.
making fun of you while
Hey,
you were
my
gone.
box in my hair.
Oh, now I don't hear you anymore. What the heck?
Delivery box. Let me take
All right,
Deb
I
off
think I shouldn't have.
and see what happens. How about now, Deb? Any better?
Oh, I heard something.
Better? Better words?
Ding
gonna say,
dong. Well, I can answer the question.
I can just put Deb up on the screen. She's got a great set of facial expressions.
Messing with me.
Yeah.
In Disney's
Hello?
Aladdin, Genie describes. I'm going to have to mute her because she can't hear us. Disney's Aladdin, Genie describes the magic lamp as his itty bitty living space. Some of Disney's hotel rooms at blank can be described the same way. Shelley.
All-Star Movies?
All-Star Movies. All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And let's see what we've got in the comments. I think we only had 2 answers, and one was Pop Century, so that's not a match. But CJ Clark gave Value Resorts. I suppose we give her half a point. You get half a point because Value Resorts does include All-Star Movies.
Cruise ship. Someone said cruise ship.
Oh, there is cruise. Yeah, Dave can't have a cruise ship. Yep. Thank you.
Oh, those aren't itty bitty. I forgot all about that.
Yes. And there was one that I was thinking of, but I'm going to see if it comes up in the answers here. Hopefully Deb can hear us. I'm going to unmute her and see what Deb's answer is. Deb?
Ding, 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 ding.
All-Star.
I still can't hear you, but there you go. Movie, sports, or music.
Good job, Deb. All right. Chris Berry, what do you got?
Yeah, absolutely. All-Stars. Smallest rooms on property.
Another point? Oh, actually, they're not. Not anymore. Greg Jacobs?
I got another one. All Stars.
Another point. Eve, what do you got?
All-Stars.
All-Star.
Hey,
Todd,
now.
what do you got?
Well, I didn't want to diss the All-Stars because I stay there a lot, but
Me too.
I figured if somebody wanted to stay, really on property and then be really small, they would stay in the teacups.
Oh.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because when I went to the Disneyland Hotel for Expo in 2019, right? Was it 9? Yeah, it was last year.
Yeah.
When I was out there for Expo, the waiting area for the front desk as I waited for my room to get ready is now all teacups. They are teacups with cushions that revolve, which was very, very cool. And then Goofy came wandering through the lobby, which was also cool. That never seems to happen here in Florida.
Oh.
Marie, what do you got?
I said the All-Star Sports.
All right, another point for Shelley. And last we got Cassidy. Cassidy, what do you got?
All-Star.
Another point for Shelley. And nobody came up with my answer, and I thought for sure Shelley would bite on this where nobody else would. The new suites in the Riviera that are designed for 2 people, where the Murphy bed folds back in the wall, because if it doesn't, there's no room to walk around in those rooms.
Oh, is that right?
No, I thought about doing that, but I did the Aladdin because of the movie.
Yeah.
That was why I went with
People
Aladdin.
can walk into those rooms, so
Whole bunch of points. Hopefully Deb's hearing something. I don't know. She's still moving down there, but all right, let's see. Cassidy, I'm going to come up to you with your question. Which number did you have?
I didn't go again yet.
Yeah, we're ready for another round.
Round is done. Round is done.
Oh, then I got to go to Todd King for the score. Todd?
Well, Cassidy has pulled ahead with now 9.
Ooh.
But the overall for Shelley is 13.5.
Oh.
Wow.
This is a close one.
She's a killer.
All right, so let's
make or break
go.
on this one.
Yeah,
This is the
final
round.
round. Let's go to our final round. Cassidy, I'm going to put the game bot back on the screen for you, and you can pick a green question for the final round.
45, please.
Number 45. Number 45 is... The other day, the Disney Plus streaming service had a glitch and played scenes from 2 movies at the same time. On my TV, it looked like the Pizza Planet aliens were using the claw to rescue blank instead of the Toy Story characters.
Oh,
Ooh.
fun one.
Oh, somebody's dog is upset.
That's
The other
mine.
day,
It sucks.
Disney Plus streaming service had a glitch and played scenes from 2 movies at the same time.
Mine.
On my TV, it looked like the Pizza Planet aliens were using the claw to rescue blank instead of the Toy Story characters. Let's write and jibe. And by the way, yes, I stole that format directly from a Match Game episode, because they used to talk about 2 sitcoms coming on at the same time, and they'd talk about 2 dramas coming on at the same time. But just the concept, not the question.
I get it.
Shelley's dancing up a storm. Deb looks like she can hear the music.
I
hope
can now. Yeah.
Honk. Honk.
All righty. And let me reload the GameBot 6746. Shelley, what do you want from the GameBot? There she is. Which green question would you like for the final question of the game?
48.
Number 48. Another one I wrote during my walk the other day. We'll see if it makes any sense at all. I think it's a fun one, but let's see. When Pinocchio became an adult, he became interested in finding out more about his ancestral roots. So he submitted a sample to one of those DNA testing companies. Turns out he's descended from blank.
Huh?
When Pinocchio became an adult, he became interested in finding out more about his ancestral roots. Don't you like it? I used roots. But anyway, find out more about his ancestral roots. So he submitted a sample to one of those DNA testing companies. Turns out he's descended from everybody writing Jibe.
Yeah.
Let's see how things are in the holodeck. No, the holodeck still hasn't changed. Cassidy's certainly getting into the music. Deb's certainly hearing the music. I can see her jibing along. Shelley's got it. 3 and one more horn honk, and we are out of there. So, let's see. Do I have anything else loaded up? Oh, I do have something else loaded up. Now, regular viewers of our show know that I always taunt Todd Pickering because he made a big deal out of it enough weeks in a row that I grabbed the Sizzler institutional video of him in Navy outfit. And then he complained that I wasn't including his turn in a Disney music video. So I grabbed... I added that to the mix with a longer story where it became the love story, and then he went on to meet this family and became part of the town and all that. But what I haven't talked about is my own turn in the movie. And yes, I actually was an extra in a movie in 1986. The movie appeared once on CBS. It was called Welcome Home, Bobby. It starred the guy, having audio problems again. It starred the same guy who played Carla Tortelli's son on Cheers.
Oh my gosh.
The director of photography on the movie was Barry Sonnenfeld, and I found that the entire movie is now available on YouTube. So I grabbed the clip from YouTube. And
here we go.
Something happened. Well, I grabbed the clip off of YouTube. I'm going to mute Deb because her mic is echoing in my ear. I grabbed the clip from YouTube in the 2 scenes in which I appear. Watch carefully and see if you see me in this 1986 film, Welcome Home, Bobby. I was going to say I can talk over it because it's got no sound, but it really has no sound. See if you see me. I don't know if you saw me. And I didn't slow-mo it. Now I come up one more time. Get it quick, and I'm still on the screen now, and now I'm not.
Gosh, I have no idea.
So I'll show the clip one more time, and I'll tell you exactly where I am. I cannot freeze the clip the way I loaded it into the StreamYard. I will point out where I am. In a moment, you'll see a guy with a backpack. See the guy with the backpack who went by? That was me. See the guy with the backpack walking out of the front of the school over here? There's a guy with a backpack behind the shrubs that the guy runs past. The guy with a backpack on the center of the screen, that was me.
Star.
Thank you. I am not Todd Pickering, but if I were, I would do this.
I'm called Todd Pickering. Yes, that is my name. I'm here every Wednesday. I walk of fame.
So hopefully he appreciates that I'm plugging his show. Cassidy's picture is out, and it is just spiraling. So hopefully she knows that she needs to come back because she's now left the room. She's just forfeiting the game to Shelley, which, that would be unfortunate. That doesn't seem very Canadian. Is that a Canadian way of doing things, Eve?
Not really, no. Really back.
Canadians don't give up.
That was a fast answer.
I've heard a ping. I see Cassidy's icon, but I don't see a video. Well, let's bring the question bot up and hope that her video comes back. Let's go to Shelley first this round on the question. And Shelley, you had... Oh, Cassidy has returned.
Yay!
No, it's still dark.
Darkness.
There she is.
Yay!
Hopefully, Deb, is your audio back? Can you hear us?
Yes.
Deb's audio is back. Awesome. All right.
Rough show tonight.
This has been the most technologically challenged, and I even turned off my green screens that I wanted to play with, and we're still having all sorts of challenges. All right, so we're going to start with Shelley anyway because she's in such a big lead. She's got that 13.
Not that big of a lead.
She's got that 13.5 point score. All right, she dropped off again. Oh no! Hopefully she makes it back. Shelley, you have question number 48, right?
Yes.
So number 48 is, when Pinocchio became an adult, he became interested in finding out more about his ancestral roots. So he submitted a sample to one of those DNA testing companies. Turns out he descended from
Groot.
Oh,
Groot.
Groot. Good answer.
That's a good one.
That's something I would have said.
From our audience, we got Grandmother Willow. We got Naughty Pine.
Naughty Pine.
Oak.
Oak is nice.
I'm not sure about Nan's answer, Snow White. I'm sorry, Nan loses yet another point for the obscure reference that I'm not getting. See, if she'd come from the poison apple, that might have been, Pinocchio came from that. Nan does think you have a great answer, and she's calling me now a Chicago star, but hardly, because nobody spotted me in those clips. Cassidy, I'm going to bring you back on. Hopefully your audio and video are working. No, it's still not working. Cassidy, I'm going to boot you. Why don't you try to come back in the studio? Let me kick her out. And let's go to Deb Wills. Deb, what did you have as the answer for,
I drew a total blank. Total blank.
Soybeans. Okay. That's still a good answer.
I'm totally down with that answer.
Chris Berry, what do you got?
The tree of life he comes from.
Oh, that's a good one.
I've heard Cassidy ping. Hopefully this means she's coming back. Greg Jacob, what do you got?
Yeah, I stuck with the tree thing, but a mighty sequoia.
Mighty sequoia.
What do you got? 100 acre.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a great answer.
Cassidy's screen is still dark. Wait.
Cassidy.
Cassidy, what was your answer to Shelley's question about Pinocchio's ancestor?
Nope.
Uh-oh. She's pixelating. She's struggling. All right, we'll come back. Doesn't know she's on the screen. We're going to go to Marie. Marie, what was your answer?
The tree of life.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
Todd King, what do you got?
Doesn't matter.
Did I come to you already? I didn't come to you yet.
I said Groot as well.
Hey!
Good job.
All right, did I miss anyone other than Cassie? Cassie, what was your answer for Shelley's question?
Dang.
Now.
We need Madame Leota to do a seance here.
Dan is explaining that Snow White was in the woods with the huntsman.
Whoa.
Zinga.
Okay.
Interesting. Nice try, Nan. No points for you. So with Cassidy missing, I guess we'll just go to. Oh, wait.
Shelley.
Cassidy.
Shelley's sabotaging somehow.
No.
You got just a little black icon. Cassidy, can you hear me?
Oh.
Cassidy, can you hear me?
Now it's Cassidy.
What's your answer, Cassidy?
She is frozen.
Where the frozen?
Technology. She was doing so well. We didn't have any problems for over an hour.
But if we send her a note, maybe she can read it.
Somebody hold up. Well, I don't know if she's even she's not even on the screen anymore.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna kick her out of the studio again.
Aww.
Wait. She's moving. Cassidy. Somebody hold up a sign that says "Restart your computer."
Oh yeah. Okay.
Who can write quickly?
Let's all do that. Reboot.
Shelley, put Shelley up.
Restart.
Shelley's got it. Hopefully Cassidy gets that.
It's a group effort.
It is. It's a team.
Too close.
Team.
This is tonight technology-wise.
Teamwork.
All right. So while we're
You should
doing
get a
that,
point for every reboot.
I was gonna say, while we're doing that, why don't I go ahead and risk technology getting worse? I'll put up the different green screens that I had ready. We'll see what happens.
You are living on the edge.
I really wanted to play with these green screens tonight. I mean, I got some really fun ones like this one with the fireworks. Particularly fun. It's particularly fun when I add my green strip in front of me here, and it goes like this. Ready? And I got the Epcot Forever show from New Year's Eve.
TV Magic.
And what else? I got Pandora Sunset.
That's nice.
Really nice.
I've got the Millennium Falcon in a place that Todd King has never been.
Todd,
Todd, if you need to explain where that is,
seems
let us know.
odd that Todd hasn't been there.
Here we go again.
Do we need to GoFundMe for Todd?
I believe we will, yes.
I was going to say, at this point, I think we just need the parks open and it's safe for everybody to travel long distance and come on down. So we've got a little Jibe Time logo for this corner. And then as we go up, we have the Disney Magic at sunset, I think, with Miami behind. And it's a nice panorama that I took.
Nice.
On the that would be from the Marvel Day at Sea media cruise.
I miss travel.
January.
Yeah,
I
really.
miss travel. I had this all set to put up during Jibe Time, where I could just hold this up in the middle, and we got Jibe Time.
Can you put Todd Pickering in there as a sailor?
I could load him up, but I haven't. I had Joe and Josh, Joe Rohde and Josh Gad loaded up when we were talking about National Geographic. I was going to tease Adrian that we really need some advertisers.
These look like
dear.
these are cheap 3D tricks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got
cheap 3D tricks.
I got the Blue Angels from last Memorial Day last year, and I've got Maleficent in the Festival of Fantasy. We already showed off Shelley briefly at the beginning. We had Roz waiting. What else? Oh, I had part of Mickey, which I got a kick out of. This was a fun one. That was just the bottom of Mickey. I was trying to go for something sort of artsy. You see, there's a little bit more of Mickey there. And I also did one where it's just the top half of Mickey.
Aha!
And then we got some art. We've got some art from the Disney Parks blog.
Nice.
And last but not least, second to last, we got a brick wall. And then the partner statue and the what is the partner statue at California Adventure called? It's not Partners.
Closed.
It's all right. On that note, I'm turning the green screen back off. I heard Cassidy come back. I hope that means she's working. She's darker lit now.
Yeah, I'm a little darker now, but I'm here.
Yay!
So I succeeded in falling long enough. So let's get your answer to Shelley's question, and I'll read it again so you remember. When Pinocchio became an adult, he became interested in finding out more about his ancestral roots. So he submitted a sample to one of those DNA testing companies. Turns out he descended from...
Tarzan's treehouse.
Tarzan. That's good. All right, so now we'll go with your question, which was... Which one? Number 48.
45.
5.
Oh, that was
45.
48. All right.
45.
All right, I got to build some better tools into the game bot. All right, 45 was... The other day, the Disney Plus streaming service had a glitch and played scenes from 2 movies at the same time. On my TV, it looked like the Pizza Planet aliens were using the claw to rescue blank instead of the Toy Story characters. Who were they rescuing, Cassidy? Whoops. Olaf. All right. Answer. What do we got from the audience here? We've got lots of cheap 3D tricks from Steven. Thank you. We got ooh and ah. Now I got to go back because actually we asked her question earlier, didn't we? So we've got the 7 Dwarfs. We got Wall-E. We got Ralph. I got a wave. And I think those are all the answers we got. And Emily wants to know where baby is because I'm not showing her baby.
Kathy.
So those are the answers that we got from the audience. Let's go to Shelley first. Shelley, what did you give Cassidy on this round?
So bummed.
Deb, what you got?
The Seven Dwarfs.
Seven Dwarfs.
Oh, that's great.
Chris, you got an Olaf for her?
I don't. I have those lousy kids from High School Musical. So.
I got to tell you, Chris, that will not be on my TV. So yeah.
Oh, it was on mine. When that was a hot show, it was on mine. Oh my gosh.
Ree, what do you got?
Bernard and Bianca from the Rescuers. I went way back.
Nice.
That's good.
Todd King, what do you got?
Well, I figured the first thing that I thought of who needed rescuing were the Huns in the snow.
Yep.
Deb Wills, what do you got?
That's a good one.
Oh, I already did.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Seven Dwarfs.
Seven Dwarfs was Deb's. All right, I must have missed a button there.
That's okay.
Eve, what do you got?
For my fellow Canadian.
Oh my!
Yeah.
I should have loaded up a Canadian flag picture somewhere, and I didn't.
Yeah.
Greg Jacobs, what do you got?
One another way I said Carl Fredrickson.
Carl Fredrickson. Hey, Chris Berry, have I come to you yet?
Yes.
Is there anybody I've missed?
I
don't think I've missed anyone. Todd King, what is our final score?
Well, they each got 1 point in there, so that gives Cassidy a total of 10 points. But Shelley has now 14 and a half and remains our current champion.
Shelley remains
a quadruple
put Shelley
champ.
up. Cassidy, here's the consolation prize. It is the Panda Sweater.
Wow.
Enjoy it where
What
it
a
helps.
dream.
It's an angry
I'm sure
deer.
John would love that you were sporting his sweater during one of those brutally cold days up in Vancouver. let me ask you though, since hopefully you're now past the worst of it, are the fires still creating any issues up in your part of Vancouver, or has your air quality gotten better?
No, our air's a lot better. We actually had some blue sky yesterday for the first time. The sun is back to normal. We don't have orange sun anymore. Things are good.
Wow.
That's great. That's great. Shelley, I've got to give you your Mike Wazowski moment, of course, because you are now our first 3-time back-to-back champion, 4-time overall champion.
Unbeatable.
Impressive lot.
That's right.
And you know, people really seem to jibe with Shelley. It's amazing.
Jibe.
People jibe with Shelley.
Jibe.
So, what's that?
She's jibeable.
I'm jibeable. It's on my resume. It's listed under other
I
skills.
was going to say, now you just need to walk around with this theme song, and I can even tell you where to get it. I'll play it one more time. Oh, come on. I said I'll play it one more time.
I knew it wouldn't work.
I don't know why this darn thing is being so uncooperative tonight. I don't know
Because
why.
Todd Pickering's not here.
You know, it's just, it really is one of these.
That's a little creepy, don't you think? Ugh.
Got a little dark here.
A little dark here.
Hopefully, you know, I mean, I got all these little tricks lined up and they work for the most part, but, you know, tonight we've just had all sorts of little technology issues. Is Deb having audio issues again?
I have. Shoot.
That was funny.
Deb, you've muted
Gremlins
yourself.
tonight.
I don't know if she knows she's muted.
The tech problems are expanding over all the country.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right. Anybody else got anything to share before we say goodnight?
I have a funny story. Can I tell a funny story? It's
Chris
brief.
Berry? Chris
Yeah.
Berry's got a funny story. Please go ahead.
It's brief.
Do you need animation for this, or a banner? Or
no, I was just
thinking.
thinking.
I call you the California Star?
New York. I
don't have.
Please.
Go ahead.
So what you did that question about the when I said Ariel on a plate, like, you know, and they were going to sue them, that whole thing, right? So I had this vivid memory of when I was working for the Muppets, and they were the Muppet people were asked to take a photograph. Thanks, fun time. The Muppet people were asked to take a photograph of Miss Piggy with her arms out like this, and it was going overseas to some Dutch food company, right? And they got the mock-ups back from the Dutch food company, and Miss Piggy was doing this, and there was a huge plate of roast pork right in front of her.
Oh my gosh!
Cannibalism.
I so wish that there were cell phones back then, because the only copy of this thing is hanging on the fridge in the studio in New York City. And I so wish I could see that again, but I don't know why it reminded me so much of that. Miss Piggy played a roast pork.
Right.
It's not right. It was not right at all. Why would they think that was acceptable? I don't know.
Hey, before we go, Alan, did you make Bart look like he's drinking out of the Epcot sipper on purpose? No, not me.
I was going to say that was just happenstance. That was just where Bart fit when I was trying to lean him up against the green screen and not have him block the green screen. But you're right; it does sort of look like that, doesn't it?
Perfect. Yeah, I love it.
And that is of course the Epcot 2000 sipper.
Ooh.
But interestingly, they chose to put the logo on the bottle or on the sipper and not like have some sort of weird extension over the top like Spaceship Earth did back in 2000.
Cassie was born in 2000. She was.
I can raise my hand for that one.
Wait, but here's the critical question. Did you require an adult ticket to visit Epcot in 2000?
Oh, 2000.
I wasn't even in kindergarten.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Deb, I hope you've had a good time. I know that you've had audio issues.
Come back. Woo.
All right. Thank you, Deb.
Yes.
What are you showing off, Chris? All ears net.
My little all ears net change purse thing, which I've had for years. So
it is provided for a wonderful retirement for Deb Wills. She put in many good years there. Cassidy, thank you so much for joining. I hope you had fun. You're well lit again. Hopefully your internet keeps working, and it's good to hear things are resuming normalcy in Canada. We can only hope that things resume normalcy here in the States one of these days. Eve, thank you for joining us. Your connections remained remarkably stable. I've been very happy about that. It's been good to see you. Hope you had fun.
Yes, it was amazing.
Todd King, hope you get to Galaxy's Edge sometime.
Wow.
Thank you for joining us. It was good to have you virtually joining us. Hopefully the Mouse Planet folks out there can now put a face with the byline from all those years ago.
Yeah.
And I got nothing else. Next week, as I said at the top of the show, Shelley, you're welcome to come back to defend again. Of course, it means I got to write more questions. Because what do we got left here? We got 4 questions left, so I got to write at least 4 more so that there's enough in the engine there. And I got to say, I don't remember which ones are left in the engine.
3 in a row, right? That's
I was going to say it's 3 in a row, 4 overall, and what we've played, played 6 or 7 times now.
Yeah,
it's been a lot of fun. Thanks for everyone for joining us. Next week, as I was saying, in show number 26, that's 6 months of doing this show. Maybe we need to take a break. I don't know. But Adrian is giving away the monorail book, and we will have some rules for that. I'm going to put it out there right now. The Kents cannot win because I've sent the Kents to dinner at Patina Restaurant. Oh, Deb's got that shirt to show off. Go ahead, show it off, Deb.
Staff can win. No, can't the staff win?
Nice.
I'm not technically staff anymore.
That is fun.
Yay! I love that shirt.
Disneyland.
That's awesome.
Tokyo Disneyland. And what were you showing off, Todd?
My monorail shirt. I need the monorail book.
He's ready.
Love the monorail.
Monorail.
You should have tried to get it from Adrian before she decided to put it up for a prize.
Well, she didn't
Hey, if
tell
you need
me.
somebody next week, I've got a monorail shirt I can wear too. So I'm game if you need somebody.
All right, well, we will,
monorail shirts. I don't have one.
we will reach out. Actually, I can't show up.
How does it feel like?
Wait, let's see if I can. No, I can't. Let's see if I can do this.
Here we go. Tech.
Uh-oh.
Well, let's. I'm gonna try. We'll see.
The night of
Brace
tech.
yourselves.
Everything could explode. Hold on.
Yeah, well, I don't know that it's gonna load.
It's gonna be like the Swedish chef in the Muppet thing there.
Famous last What does this button do?
Hang on. Let's see if I can get it on the screen. Hang on. Everybody's hanging on. We're down to only 11 viewers anyway.
I got it, Alan.
During the day, he works at the McDonald's milkshake machine.
Here we go.
Never work. Come on.
All right, kids.
All right, there I am again.
See?
Turn off that mic. Here we go.
Deb Wells is signing off.
Waving.
Deb's gone.
All right, well, that's all right. I've added my screen again. And I don't know that it's working.
Stand clear of the closing doors.
Man.
There it is.
Oh,
There I am.
Oh, there he is.
And I want to get myself on screen.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
It won't work.
No.
All right, we'll do it this way.
Nothing will work.
There we go.
Oh,
All right, there it is. It's the monorail poster. Boy, that was a lot of work for a little payoff.
that was a monorail poster.
Oh, I don't want to push that button.
Can you wear your poster? No.
I mean, don't make it a challenge. You can make it a hat.
How did I accidentally
True.
put on the screen? Gosh, what a fun night of technology.
They're out there.
Week number 26 coming up next week, and then we'll see. Maybe we'll have Todd Pickering run everything. We'll see if he does better with the tech, right? That should be a fun challenge. So from Florida, Canada, New York, Kentucky, Ohio,
Jersey. He's Jersey.
Vancouver.
And Jersey. Close.
He's from Jersey.
He's from Jersey. All right, sorry, I was close.
Everything's legal in New Jersey.
And for Deb Wilson, who was kind enough to join us, Alan Delinka saying, see you real soon. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.